Hi guys, welcome to our weekly reading for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Just quick note, you can check out, this is going to be timestamped, so check that out in the description and the comments, as well as links to private readings, donations. Those have been great. Instagram, a lot of tarot related content is being posted there, as well as like an abbreviated version of these readings. And then the deck I'm using today. All right, so guys, I'm playing the music today a little louder because there is a lot of ambient noise in my neighborhood. Like the whole fucking city of LA is under construction, so I'll try to speak a little louder. Just don't think I'm yelling at y'all, okay? So let's jump right into it. Last week we started with Aries, so I want to go ahead and start with Taurus. So let's go ahead and see what Taurus has to expect for the week of January 21st to the 27th. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. First card up is Judgment. So this week could see you guys entering a new phase of your life, hearing a call to something bigger. So some of you might be feeling initiated to, or feeling the impetus rather to make changes. Some of you might be feeling like you're just kind of tired of an old way of things happening, of the way of things being. This week starts off with just you being ready to start a new chapter of your life, feeling invigorated and feeling like gung-ho and ready to start something fresh and start something new, and just being ready and willing to let go of the way things have been for you, realizing that your old way of life is kind of like not really doing it for you anymore. You know, yesterday we had an eclipse, and so that's really powerful energy for releasing and letting go. So that might have been affecting you guys and getting you really ready and amped up to make some big changes for yourself and to move forward. Let's see more here. 10 of Wands. Yeah, so I think that there's been a lot of stuff that's going on for you guys that's been feeling like a big burden. And I think really this week you're just kind of tired of it and willing to let it go. I think you may have been carrying too much. This might just signify like a time of need for rest and a time for rejuvenation. Kind of not being okay with allowing negative things to persist in your life, not being okay with allowing yourself to continue to carry things that aren't your own, to allow like people to put bullshit on your back that isn't your own. Also, I think like a real elevation here, a real raising of vibrations, really being able and willing to just not let other people put their shit on you. This is sort of an energy of, in a good way, like kind of self-centeredness and selfishness, looking for your own interest, and really being focused this week on what's next for you. Really being focused on, I think, dropping a lot of things that have been weighing on you, and being really ready to just take off into the rest of the year. Yeah. You see? And last but not least, Taurus, we have the Star. So this is you becoming more in touch with your ideals. This is you being really ready to shine and really ready to show what you're all about. There are things like you might be like letting go of a job or some other kind of responsibilities. Maybe I think it could even be responsibilities to a person that are no longer serving you. This week for you, Taurus, is all about letting go of things that no longer serve you, and not being okay with carrying more than you're supposed to, not bearing more weight and responsibility than you need to. This is lighthearted energy. This is freedom. This is Aquarius. We just started Aquarius season, so you might be feeling really inspired to push yourself forward, to let yourself shine in a new way. I think for some of you, you'll be like putting yourself out into the world in a really positive way. I almost said popular. So you might be getting a lot of attention this week. You might just be like done, like all around done with the bullshit, Taurus. All around ready to just say, I'm not struggling anymore. I'm not like putting myself through hardship for no reason anymore. And I'm just ready to move forward. And There's new opportunities, I think, coming your way. And I think that you have to be primed and in the mindset to receive those things, because if you're still holding on to this weight, it's almost as if like you're looking down at the ground still. Whereas like you see in this card, they're looking up in the sky and looking towards like what's great. Like look at all this energy, like I said, elevated energy, right? Up, it's this like up in the sky energy with the angel here and then the star. So Taurus, this week I would say let go of things that are weighing you down. Do not take too much responsibility, especially for things that are other people's problems. Don't take responsibility also for other people, period, Taurus. This is all about you being in your power and shining bright and like doing your damn thing and not letting anyone get in the way of what you're trying to accomplish. So Taurus, really promising week as long as you keep your eye on the big prize and not let yourself deal with like petty bullshit or like petty problems. It's like you're ready to elevate. Okay? Nice reading for Taurus. Let's go ahead and jump into Gemini, sorry. Gemini, let's see what's going on for Gemini for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Gemini. Okay, Gemini. All right. The sun. Cool. So this week starts off with Gemini feeling like really bright, really ready to shine in the world. I think that Gemini right now is feeling like similar to last week. We're feeling very prosperous, really abundant. Like this is like knowing what is available to you. I think that this is also like choosing things that are it's like a letting go of things that are hindering you from what you actually want to accomplish. And this isn't like a card of really letting go, but more focusing on warmth, more focusing on the things that you want to accomplish. Like what I mean by that is like things that you want, your ambitions are almost becoming more important to you right now than insignificant things like petty bullshit, like drama, like maybe even like if you're partying a lot or something. Like this kind of energy says we're looking at the bigger picture and we're looking at what's bringing us joy and happiness and looking at what's at stake right now for us and making our priorities about our happiness, making our priorities about our ambitions, right? And it's not like it's really hard. It feels like this just comes easily once you like really get grounded in what it is that you want. Like getting rid of bullshit and moving to a higher level in your life is just going to be easier. King of Swords. Yeah, so really ready to cut out a lot of stuff, Gemini. I think that this week sees you mentally sharp, and I think that this is exactly what I was saying about there's almost like a ferocity, almost like a really tough energy, like in a positive way, like in a chutzpah kind of way, to really just go for what you want. The King of Swords is ruthless in pursuing his ambitions. He knows exactly what he wants. He knows exactly what he's about. The full moon in Leo, and then Leo energy, right? And then Aquarius season, Leo and Aquarius right here. We're talking about like big ideas and expansiveness. So Gemini, this week I think is gonna see you really taking your goals seriously, really taking your dreams seriously, almost in like an uncharacteristic way. Seven of Wands, like really fighting for what you believe in, Gemini. I think that you could be feeling really riled up. I think that you might have to be careful, I think, about a temper and anger this week, right? Because as much as the Seven of Wands is positive, we do have two cards here that have potential to sort of slip into a place where ambitions and where like go-getting attitude can kind of become overwhelming to other people, and like you might be a little forceful. So Gemini, be very careful to not be too forceful this week. Focus on your ambitions. Like if you have to like pull back from people and like just spend time with yourself, if you find yourself getting irritated easily this week, channel that energy towards your happiness. Like use discipline and willpower this week to check your attitude and to embody the best of what this is, to communicate gracefully, to put yourself out there, to focus and use your intellectual powers for accomplishing your dreams and goals. I think that this week you're going to see strides towards the things you've been trying to accomplish. I think you're going to feel really energized this week, Gemini, to accomplish a lot and to really get yourself moving in the right direction. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and move forward. We're going to jump into Cancer. Let's see what we've got going on for Cancer for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Cancer. Yeah. Queen of Swords. All right, Cancer, I think you're done with some bullshit here. I think that this week is going to have you being really honest with yourself about what suits you right now and what doesn't. I think that there's going to be easy detachments to make. You know, this is so far a theme in all the signs this week. Not ironically, because we had we had an eclipse just yesterday with the full moon, and a lot of people, I think, are shedding the past and really letting go of what no longer serves them. I think there's a lucidity this week to Cancer and how you're thinking and how you're seeing things. There's very clear, honest, grounded sense of like what is going on around you and what suits you and what works still. This is about also just being in line with, I think, what is fair and what you feel is right and what you feel is just for you. So even if you have to make some difficult cuts, if you have to make some difficult moves this week, Cancer, trust that it's grounded in what is right and what is true for you. And if you follow your instincts and you follow your intellect, like, you're not going to make any wrong moves. This is just really powerful, really like self-interested, in a good way to move you forward. Prince of Pentacles. So I think specifically what we're moving forward towards, Cancer, and this came up last week, I think this is overall a month of kind of like financial abundance and moving towards your goals. I think you're gonna have to embody both of these energies here and really consider your long-term financial goals. With the Prince of Pentacles, we're making strides towards financial security, almost in a way where you're going to start to see it coming in, and you're going to start to feel like you're making the right decisions, like going from here where you're cutting out bullshit and standing in your truth, to here where you're now like you're almost like free now to move forward, and maybe independently. You might be I don't want to say alone, but you know, spending a lot of time to yourself and just being grounded in yourself, because you're very comfortable with what you're about and we're very comfortable with where you're going. And Cancer, I think that this week is going to see you really like moving steadily and persistently to create your career goals and to create your financial dreams, make them come true. Just do be careful, Cancer, this week with being too obstinate and being too like too tough with other people, right? You know, separate yourself as you need and create distance for yourself as is necessary. But also don't be a dick, because there's potential here about the Queen of Swords and the Prince of Pentacles, to be a little stubborn in a negative way, to be a little so grounded in what you think is the truth that that you kind of become like a little harsh with other people. So just be careful with that, because I think this came out for you guys last week as well, and we're finishing up with Ace of Cups. So as you stand in your truth, as you make persistent strides towards your goals, you start to feel warmth again. You start to feel good in your heart. This week, Cancer, is going to end with you just feeling abundant in love and feeling like it's not even just romantic love, which I think is there too. I feel like a really strong energy here of just like feeling good about yourself, right? Feeling like you can trust yourself, feeling like you can trust your intuition and your judgment, feeling like proud of yourself, right? Like this is the card of this is a week, Cancer, of doing the right things and making the right moves and working hard and being honest, and then with that comes pride. With that comes, at the end of the week, a little ability to kind of pat yourself on the back and say, job well done. So Cancer, if it's a little tough in the beginning of the week, have faith that and just focus on your work, because with it comes pride, with it comes love, with it comes a good sense of ego and self-esteem, I think also, right? Bottom of the deck, Five of Swords. You're done with conflict. You're done with feeling beaten down. You're just tired of it, and no one's gonna hold you down this week, Cancer. Nothing can hold you back except yourself, right? All right, so let's go on to Leo. Leo, let's see what we've got going on for Leo this week of January 21st to the 27th. Leo. All right, Leo, so we're starting off with the Princess of Wands. So this week, I think you're going to feel really powered up and really ready to make shit happen. I think that this is a good sign of, I always think a little bit of young, fun sexuality. So you might just be, we just had a moon in your sign, right? A super powerful moon in your sign. And so you might just be feeling yourself right now. I think you might be feeling proud. You might be feeling like you've accomplished things. You might be feeling like you're on the path to create the things that you really want to create for yourself. And this is a fresh start. This is a fresh attitude. If you've been feeling heavy lately, Leo, if you've been feeling like you've been going through some struggles, this week you're super empowered and super just feeling yourself and knowing that you're doing the right thing for yourself, and trusting that this is a really strong sense here of trusting yourself and trusting your instincts and your intuition. And there's almost a clear path ahead of you. There's a bright light at the end of the tunnel, and Leo, you're creating that for yourself. Last week we talked about new money and new job ambitions. So if that was the case for you, you're striding forward and you're feeling really good. I just feel overwhelmingly good. I feel overwhelmingly sexy. I feel like ego in the best way possible. Seven of Pentacles, because the things that you've been working on are paying off, and you're starting to see it and you're starting to feel it. So this is the beginning, Leo, of a new path for you, right? This is the beginning of what's to come next for you and what the future holds for you. And what it holds for you is everything you've been working for. You're gonna feel and start to see monetary benefits, I think, of the work you've been doing. I think you're going to start to feel and see that what you've been doing is paying off. And I think this invigorates you, Leo. I think that this gives you a little pat on the back that you've been doing the right thing. You can toss that mane a little bit this week, Leo, with pride, because you've been working hard and it's showing and it's paying off. So just this week, I think, is a week of just reaping the benefits of what you've been doing, and really just knowing that you are capable and competent, and you can take care of yourself and do everything you need to do in a good, positive way. You see, so now here we have another Princess of Cups. So ending out the week, I think, with celebration and joy and happiness and fulfillment. Also, I think that there is possibility here of just a lot of good times with friends this week. Since we have you here, and then also another princess, expect that this week is going to feel celebratory. Week is going to feel, Leo, just being ready to be happy and feeling your joy and your power and your success. Also, Leo, I expect some romance this week, right? So I think that you can, this is going to be a flirty, fun week for you. I think that at some point in the week, you're going to maybe be going on dates, maybe be hooking up with people, maybe just be going out with if you're in a relationship with your partner. And it's a logical conclusion, right? Of this person feeling so good and so strong and feeling the benefits of what you've been doing. And now you're going to be sharing that energy with your loved ones, with your friends, with your significant other, again, even if you're just dating right now, right? So Leo, a really strong week for you to celebrate yourself and to celebrate the bottom of the deck, the Chariot, because you're moving forward. This is what I was saying. This is just the beginning of a journey that's going to be sprawling out for months to come. So with the Chariot underlying it, you're like pushing forward, and you're balanced, and you're feeling good, and you're feeling very centered in yourself with the Chariot, and you're just plowing forward, and things are going to start happening. Things are moving forward for you in a big way, and it's like you deserve it, Leo. Okay, cool. I love that. Let's go ahead and move on to Virgo. Let's see what we've got in store for Virgo for the week of January 21st to January 27th for Virgo. Any insight, advice, and guidance we have for the sign of Virgo? I love this playlist. Virgo, I love this. Four of Cups. So we're feeling emotionally abundant here, and we're feeling almost in a place where, I think this came up for the Aquarius season reading, in a place where you can kind of just enjoy and feel good. And this is a week that's going to just be a good time to relax, to rest, I think, even, and to contemplate. Virgo, I think it's a good time to reflect on where you've been and where you're going, and to take some time out to just enjoy the creature comforts of life this week. The Four of Cups says that you can kind of take a seat, you can kind of sit back, you can kind of like look at all the things that are in your life that are positive. This is a week, Virgo, to count your blessings. This is a week to just enjoy and celebrate and rest and take some time to yourself and just have fun and enjoy like this emotional abundance that's all around you. And I also want to emphasize reflecting, Virgo. I think that this week is a good time to just think about what you want right now, and I think that there's just like a manifesting energy in the air right now for you to expand the limits of what you think is possible, and for you to like really take some time out to consider you know, what you're all about, whether that's journaling, meditating, whatever that could be, talking to your friends about your goals. Virgo, it's a great time for you to be manifesting and for you to like really be in your power right now. Just want to adjust this camera. I think it's a little crooked. There you go. Of course, during the Virgo video, I start fussing with things, right? Eight of Swords. So this week, Virgo, again, the theme here again is about taking time out. The theme is about there could be doubts that creep in. There could be your mind right now is maybe a little active, and you need to maybe take a back seat. These are two cards very strongly of contemplation, of reflection, and your mind might be in overdrive this week. So that's why I think even while you're thinking, to take a rest, right? I don't think this is a week of action for you. I don't think this is a week of making big strides. I think that this is a week of just sitting with yourself and getting clear with yourself and contemplating. We had the eclipse yesterday, which we're releasing, so there might be feelings of being brand new, or at least like being ambitious about where we're going and what's happening for us, Virgo. So this week I'd say take a lot of time out, rest your mind, rest your body, enjoy just where you are right now. Think about the future, of course, but don't get too caught up, right? Don't like think about it almost in a lighthearted way. I'd say don't get so caught up in your plans and your thinking that you end up tying yourself up in knots. There's potential here, Virgo, for you to mentally tie yourself up in knots this week. So that's why I think there's an emphasis on protecting your mind and grounding your mind, right? Resting your mind and just chilling, right? Netflix and chill a lot this week, Virgo, you know. Two of Cups, right? Netflix and chill. Ooh, Virgo, are you feeling a little sexy right now? Are you feeling a little romantic? Are you gonna end up this week like cuddling in bed with your boo? That's a great thing to do this week, Virgo. Like immerse yourself in love and happiness, immerse yourself in joy, get your freak on a little bit this week, Virgo. That's perfectly good, and I think that's necessary, right? I think that this is really good energy for you this week, Virgo, to get a little bit outside of your head, and to indulge in sumptuous pleasures. You know, this is the card of soulmate, but right now I'm just feeling freaky deaky time for Virgo. So enjoy it, Virgo. Like you need to just take a step back and stop thinking, and just the physical pleasures, the romantic pleasures, the warm cuddlies that you get from you know, involving yourself with another person this week could be really beneficial. Even if this is just like yourself, enjoy yourself this week, Virgo. Hey, you see, look at this. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. So Virgo, there's love in your life, I think, right now. There's the harmonizing of yourself with yourself. Even if you're not like going out on dates, even if you're like very single right now, it's okay, because this is a time of peace of your heart and peace of your mind, and just coming home to yourself. And I mean, Virgo, from a lot of you, I think that there is going to be a lot of, you know, romance in the cards this week, like literally romance in the cards. But if you find yourself, you know, wanting to be alone right now or anything like that, it's a great time to feel peace in mind and comfort. And if you're not romantically involved with somebody, or you're not going on dates or anything like that, a good time to spend time with a friend and a loved one who makes you feel comfortable, who makes you feel safe, who makes you feel secure, even if it's that, you know, 2 a.m. are you up text, you know what I'm saying? All right, Virgo, that was a fun reading. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward into Libra. Let's see what we've got to look forward to for Libra, what insight, advice, and guidance we have for Libra for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Libra, Libra, Libra. I know Libra's been going through it a little bit right now, so hopefully this week we have some lightness I want for you guys, right? Shit. I have to laugh. I'm sorry, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, I want you guys to catch a break a little bit. So Libra, this week is gonna start out feeling a little difficult. With the Five of Swords, it says that like odds are overwhelming you, and there's lots of competition and maybe like mental conflict and mental fog for you right now, right? This came up in the Aquarius season reading, where Libra. I'm just like, Leo, Virgo, Libra. Libra is a little mentally overwhelmed and a little overly stimulated, and needs to kind of like woosah big time this week, Libra. So the thing with the Five of Swords is, just don't engage right now. Don't get into conflicts this week. Take a step back from whatever's going on around you. Don't fucks with people right now, Libra. Like, do your own thing. Stand on your own. Be with people who make you feel good. This is saying that there's no winning if you try to fight, Libra. So don't get into unnecessary feuds. Don't cause yourself so much internal turmoil because like you're trying to figure things out and what do I do and blah blah blah. Like, give your mind a rest this week, Libra. Your mind's gonna be a whirlwind, and it's just like a good week so far already from what I'm pulling from this one card, to just kind of go through the motions and not overthink and not stress. Relax, take a step back, stay home a lot. It's a great time to just like pull back from the world. Three of Cups, you see what I mean? Enjoying yourself this week, Libra. Enjoying your pleasures. Don't drown your sorrows, okay? This is healthy escapism to me. This is it's time with friends, right? This is, if you're sad or whatever, like, don't go out drinking and stuff. Like, have a drink to like relax yourself, you know, like get a little weight off your back if you are somebody who does that. But anyway, Libra, this week shows a lot of good times with friends and family, with close loved ones. This is like very close-knit circle. You see, there's only like 3 people in here. This is not a week to be putting yourself out into the world. This is a week to be investing in time with people who make you feel safe, people who make you feel loved, and people who make you feel comfortable. You might be going through it a little bit, and you need to be around energy that is going to make you feel supported, make you feel strong, and make you feel, remind you of like how good life is and how positive life is and what you have going for you, and all the great things that are coming your way. 8 of Pentacles, you see? So we're rounding up this week with work. So Libra, I think that what this is also saying though is that you have to really consider what you're doing for a living and if it's bringing you joy or not. There's a lot here where part of the reason you might be feeling out of sorts right now could be like work situations, and even if it's not like you're having a bad time at work, it could just be that you're not really fulfilled, right? So the Eight of Pentacles ask you to round up this week, like really putting your energy into passion projects. This is a great time to, like, you know, go get your nails done and your hair did even, right? Even if we're not talking about literal work, it's about giving yourself a little luxury this week, giving yourself a little bit of a rest, a spa date, right? Whatever it is for you that is going to make you feel good. This whole week, Libra, is about you needing to really just step back and make sure that you feel really good, and that you're taking care of yourself mentally and physically and spiritually. And for Libra, part of that might be in taking care of your physical environment, taking care of your body. You know, a little retail therapy is not going to hurt you this week, Libra. You know, take care of yourself this week. And then you find purpose and you find meaning. And think about, this is a big thing to me right now, about looking towards your future and really considering what it is that you want to do. And some of you who are doing the things you love might be really feeling like the joy of what you're doing. If you're not feeling joy in what you love, this card is asking you to really put your attention there and figure out what is going to bring you the happiness that you like want for yourself and that you deserve. Because the bottom of the deck, Libra, is that you're motivated by comforts with the Ten of Pentacles. You want security, you want that safety. So again, I'm going to repeat the fact that staying home, staying close to loved ones, like just enjoying yourself and taking care of yourself is really important for you this week. And invest in your security and comfort this week, okay? All right, Libra. So let's go ahead and move forward into Scorpio. Scorpio, let's see what we got. Fussing with the camera. Scorpio, let's go ahead and see what we've got going on for you for the week of January 21st to the 27th. What insight, advice, and guidance do we have for the sign of Scorpio for the week? Ace of Cups. Cool. So Scorpio, starting off this week, feeling there's here potential for love and romance, right? But I think that this is also a need to care for your heart. I think this came up in the January monthly, right? Caring for your heart right now is very important. The Ace of Cups, yes, can mean new love, and it can mean happiness and joy, but I think right now what this is about nurturing yourself this week, Scorpio, and really taking care of your own happiness and making your happiness a priority for you. There's the potential for it this week. There's the potential for you to really be comfortable and for you to really feel safe in who you are and what you're about. So Scorpio, do what you got to do this week, however that translates for you as a person, to make sure that you're well cared for, to make sure that you're paying attention to the matters of the heart, and that you are taking care of your emotional well-being, and I also think spiritual well-being. So Scorpio, no matter what you believe in, this week is a good week to take to get in touch with your spirituality, even if that just means like taking a walk in nature and feeling like the beauty of nature, right? Connect to the things, the bigger things in life, like the that's what I want to say here. Like, be connected this week to the bigger picture, right? Like, there's potential, I think, with that for pettiness to rise up, for little things to nag at you this week. And I think you need to be connected to like the bigger ideas of life and the bigger ideas of like what's possible and the joy of life and on stuff like that, right? Death. So here we have you guys coming into your own in your card, right? So this week we just had an eclipse, and so far with a lot of the signs, there's a big theme this week of release, which makes sense when we have an eclipse. So Scorpio, I think that there are things in your life that just need to die. This card comes up when it's almost like you've outgrown something in your life, where something is not serving you anymore, whatever could be with regards to and it could relate to what's making you possibly feel a little in your feelings right now. It could be, for some of you, it'll be a relationship that maybe just is not serving you anymore, but this could also be anything that's weighing on you. So it could also be a job situation that you've just outgrown. With this card, especially with this deck, you have the endless dance of death. What it emphasizes here is that life is cyclical, right? That things are not meant to be forever, that things come in and out of our lives, and they serve a purpose, and then it's time to move on. So Scorpio, I think that there are things that might be in your life that maybe aren't negative, but like not making you feel your best, and now you need to move on. You need to think about what comes next for you, and what you've outgrown. I want to just keep saying that. What have you outgrown this week, Scorpio, that is not doing justice for your emotional well-being? Two of Swords, you see? So guys, this is a big week about making choices and really considering what's next and what doesn't serve you anymore. With the Two of Swords, we're going inwards and we're thinking about where we're going from here, right? So this week, Scorpio, could see you having to make a lot of choices about your future, make a lot of decisions about what serves you and what no longer serves you. That's a good mantra, I think, for you this week. Does this serve, like Marie Kondo your fucking life with, does this serve you, right? Instead of does this spark joy, does this serve you? And there's going to be a lot of things this week, Scorpio, that I think you realize no longer fit and that don't make sense for you to hold on to anymore. And by the end of the week, I think you're going to have some clarity about moves that you need to make, about what is going to bring you in closer harmony with your love. Because even though this card is upright, I didn't flip them up, right? Like, my feeling with his is just like a little sadness and a little depression. And Scorpio, it's time to take control of your happiness and decide like what is going to empower you right now, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. So why do I feel sadness when I saw this card? Because what is driving your energy this week is this feeling of being without, whether you're financially struggling or a little lonely, or you just feel out of sorts in some sort of way. You're feeling like your life is not what you thought it was going to be. Your life is not serving you right now, right? The Five of Pentacles says that there are underlying things that are causing you to emotionally feel void inside, and that those things, Scorpio, need to be addressed this week, and you need to take seriously what's going to better yourself. And there might be opportunities for you guys to think about what's going to bring you more financial well-being going forward, right? So that could be part of what we're talking about here. You don't have to necessarily be broke to think about like what can create greater abundance, right? Because this could be that even what you're doing right now, the money that you're making is not making it worth your while. So it could be that you just need to make more money doing something else, right? All right, Scorpio, interesting week, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move into the sign of Sagittarius. Let's see what we've got going on for Sagittarius. Any insight, advice, and guidance we have for our beautiful Sag for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Sag. So this just came up for Scorpio. Now it's the first card up in the deck. Sagittarius, this week is asking you to let dead things die. There are things that are not fitting you anymore. There are things that are no longer serving you. Things that are, I want to feel, stunting your growth and stunting your ability to be the person you want to be. When death comes up, it's almost as if like you're a caterpillar that isn't breaking out of the chrysalis, right? Like it's time, Sagittarius, to acknowledge that you're growing up and acknowledge that you're a different person than you used to be, and figure out what no longer fits you anymore, right? What relationships don't ever work, what living situations don't work, what are you kind of, this is feeling to me, Sagittarius, a little self-imposed, like, right? Like you're clinging to things that don't make any sense. And I almost want to say, like, you have to be big boys and girls this week, because it's almost as if like, this is kind of rough to say out loud, but it's like wishing somebody who is dead was still around, right? And that's hard, and that's difficult energy. But the same way that you know, you can't bring somebody back to life, you can't bring life back to something that doesn't no longer work, right? In our day-to-day life, we can mentally cling to things, and there's something about the physical death, you know, that we have to accept, obviously, right? So think about that in terms of what are you just like keeping alive, because it's not really alive anymore, it's just something that you're still clinging to. Ace of Cups. So as you do so, Sagittarius, this is about getting in touch with your heart. This is about new love coming into your life this week, but I think it's about a love of self. I think this is about really prioritizing self-love this week. I think it's really about putting yourself first and taking your own happiness and your joy seriously this week. You know, we did just have an eclipse yesterday, and the theme for all the signs so far in these readings has been release. And so Sagittarius, what do you need to release right now that is hurting your self-esteem, is hurting your ability to feel good about yourself? Practice self-love this week, Sagittarius. This week is asking you to get more in touch. We also had the full moon, so we're in a waning moon cycle, which is all about releasing and shedding and letting go of what no longer serves. And by the end of it, we get closer to who we are and what we're about. So Sagittarius, if you've been feeling a little emotionally out of sorts, this week really focus on prioritizing yourself. I want to say that a lot, prioritizing yourself. Eight of Wands. So I think you're gonna have to communicate. I think that things are gonna start moving. If you take this advice, Sagittarius, things are gonna start moving. I think that you need to maybe have some difficult conversations this week. I think that you might need to express yourself to loved ones and kind of talk about something that, now if this is about love relationships for you guys, Sagittarius, there might be difficult conversations that need to be had with a significant other, a spouse, a fucking fuckboy, you know, whatever it is. There's if this is about romance and emotion for the people watching this, then this is saying like you need to speak your truth. Sagittarius, this week is about coming in touch with your truth, and with the Eight of Wands, we are communicating, we are expressing ourselves, we are helping ourselves move forward by releasing things that like are holding us back, right? So this to me right now, the Eight of Wands could be like repressed feelings and repressed emotions, and you know, it's like when you try to speak up to somebody and they tell you you're crazy, or like they disregard what you have to say. Sagittarius, don't stifle what you have to say, right? It's weird that for a sign that is so like commonly thought of as like just never shutting up, but I think when it does come to your emotions, Sagittarius, that's, I think for fire signs, you're a particularly emotional and mental sign, and I think that there's one place in your life where you know, communication becomes difficult and you start to doubt yourself, and that's in your love life. So if that's the case for you, Sagittarius, you have to speak up and think about, you see, and think about where you're going, right? The Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck says we're making choices right now, and the choices you make right now are going to affect you going forward. Make smart choices, Sagittarius. Make grounded decisions this week. Really reflect on what's in your best interest, and what moves you have to make to free yourself, I think, from what is stifling you right now. All right, Sagittarius. Whew. Let's go ahead and jump into Capricorn. Let's see what insight, advice, and guidance we have for the sign of Capricorn for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Capricorn. I was just about to fuss with the camera, but I'm going to let it go. Actually, I'm going to anyway. Hey, there we go. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we got going on for you this week. Temperance, cool. So Capricorn, I think this week is going to find you feeling really balanced. I think you're going to be thinking about, psst, hey! Sorry, my cat's clawing the couch. She knew what she was doing. She ran away as soon as I said something. Capricorn, this week is about really performing a balancing act, right? So think about this week, what is out of whack for you? What, if you're working too much, it's time to take a break. If you've been a little lazy for a while, it's time to work a little harder. I know that's difficult for a Capricorn, but you know, you could have been just feeling down. We had the eclipse yesterday, and it was a big time of rest and recovery. Capricorn, also think about healing yourself this week, right? There might be situations where even if you're like sick or physically like not feeling so great, take some time out to rest. Take some time out with Temperance to just chill and allow yourself time to re-energize and become revitalized, and give yourself the rest that it's going to allow you to really move forward and to accomplish the things that you want, right? What's that thing that we talk about, production versus production capability, and to create, you need to also give yourself time to relax. So whether that's just resting in bed, whether that's like going out having some fun, take some time for yourself. And here we have the Queen of Wands, so really building up your power this week, Capricorn. Really like feeling like centered in yourself. You might be feeling very comfortable in your domestic world. You might be feeling like, you know, if you're a mother or a parent or a father or whatever, feeling just like you've got your domestic world under control. So I feel like a good strong sense here, Capricorn, already of spending good time at home. I know some people are getting sick right now, so if you are sick, like rest and recuperate. This week so far, Capricorn is about building up your power and knowing with the Queen of Wands, it's like it's okay to take time out if you need it, because you know like what you have to offer, and you know how strong you are, you know how powerful you are. So taking a time out is like your shit's not gonna go wacky, right? Your house isn't gonna go burn down. Your job is gonna be fine if you have to take a mental health day, right? So Capricorn, just feel situated and feel confident in your power, because you've been working really hard, I think, with these cards. When we're at the point of Temperance, it means like we've been doing a lot of work, and now we need to just like take a little time out and be on our own. You see Four of Cups again, so it's contemplation, it's rest, it's indulging in emotional abundance. So Capricorn, big week so far of just like of recuperation, of contemplation, of taking time to figure out what's next for you, and because you're in a place right now where things are about to really start happening, and you're about to make big moves and new, like I feel freshness and newness coming your way, Capricorn. But you have to like take a fucking vacation or something, like Four of Cups, I'm just going to say, like, reflect on what you've done and reflect on where you're going and what's happening for you. Can't make this shit up, guys. Bottom of the deck is the Hanged Man. So everything that's been coming up in these cards so far, right? Everything I've been saying about what I'm reading here. Hangman is asking you to be still and asking you to be silent and to not make moves. He's literally hung upside down. So he needs to, it's about resting. And also what I was saying about the Four of Cups and the Queen of Wands is about contemplation, right? In this place of rest, he's not like static, right? He's still mentally and spiritually and emotionally dynamic. It's just like physically he's not going anywhere right now. Physically he's taking a time out. But insofar as he's doing that, he is exploring his mental and emotional landscape and growing and becoming and getting a new perspective on what's needed for you right now, right? So Capricorn, take this week to really reflect on what you need for yourself right now. Take account of what's working and what's not, and give yourself ability and time and space to figure out what's next for you, right? All right, so let's go ahead and move forward into Aquarius. Let's see what we've got going on for Aquarius for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Any insight, advice, and guidance for the sign of Aquarius? Happy Aquarius season, by the way, y'all. Off to a crazy start with that super moon, full moon, wolf moon eclipse, right? Justice. Aquarius, I think this week is a couple of things I feel with Justice. First of all, I think you guys are just going to be feeling good. I think that with Justice coming here, it's a good sign that your karma is coming back to you, and that the things that you've done, you're getting your just desserts, right? So, and in a big way. So you're going to feel balanced this week. I think you're going to feel like the effects of what you've been doing, and see the effects of what you're doing. You might see that you're surrounded with love. You might see that your career strides are paying off. You might feel rewards at work this week, right? And it's like justified. It almost feels, Aquarius, with this card, like a long time coming. So if you've been waiting for something to pay off, if you've been waiting for hard work to pay off, if you've been waiting for your sacrifices to pay off, I do believe that this week is going to start to have you seeing, the efforts of your work paying off, and feeling finally like you're getting what you deserve. Four of Wands in reverse. So at the same time, it's not a big week of celebration, I don't think. There's some of you that I know I just had a birthday celebration with my Aquarius friend, and for some of you, if it's your birthday, that's great. Happy birthday. And do try to have fun as much as you can. But with the Four of Wands coming up in reverse, your home life might be feeling a little out of whack. You might not be feeling very comfortable there. So if you do need to celebrate your birthday this week, maybe take a little trip, get out of your house, get out of your home life. I think that the Four of Wands is supposed to make us feel comfortable where we are, and make us feel like a period of struggle is over, and that we can rest and regenerate. But in reverse, there's some internal stuff, I think, that is maybe not making you feel like you want to celebrate. So your emotional world could be feeling a little tricky right now. Even if you are celebrating your birthday, you might just be feeling a little out of whack with yourself, not feeling at home with yourself. But I think the thing here, Aquarius, especially with these two cards coming up, is that like what this is doing is making you aware of what needs to change, and making you very like almost in your face with Justice. She's putting it right in your face to say, yo, this needs to be addressed, and stop just like you're not going to be able to look the other way. You're not going to be able to be complacent this week. You're going to have to address things that are not working for you. So again, here we end up so brighter, right? Aquarius, we are having celebration and joy. So this week is going to see you being very close with your friends and your family. This could actually be even like a way of counterbalancing what is going on internally, right? Or like bringing the balance to your maybe if you're not feeling too happy right now, if you're feeling a little like unsure of yourself, or feeling disconnected in certain ways, this week is going to see you celebrating and having fun, and enjoying the people who make you feel good, and make you feel strong, and make you feel supported. So Aquarius, if you are feeling this week a little uncomfortable, spend time doing things that you love, that bring passion and joy to your life. Some of you could be out dating and being flirty and fun this week, I feel. Or just all around partying and celebrating life. But even if there's like a lot of external stuff you got going on for you, and internally you might be feeling just a little down, I want to say, right? Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So for some of you might be experiencing heartache lately. Some of you might be experiencing loss. Some of you might have been going through a period of struggle, and I'm looking back at Justice, like, when is this going to pay off? When are things going to feel good again? And you see the dichotomy here between the Three of Swords, and then now we ending the week with the Three of Cups. So this week, Aquarius, I think your emotional state is going to turn around, and that you're going to start to make changes that you need to separate yourself from the heartbreak that you may have been feeling. Even if you're not like literally going through heartbreak, it's just not feeling so good, feeling a little down, feeling a little depressed, right? So this week, as we balance ourselves, as we go within and address the things that make us feel uncomfortable, we round out the week with joy and happiness, and feeling like yourself again, I want to say, right? All right, Aquarius. Interesting start to your season, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and move forward into Pisces. Let's see what we've got going on for the sign of Pisces for the week of January 21st to the 27th. What insight, advice, and guidance do we have for Pisces? Pisces. Ten of Swords. Cool, Pisces. So I kind of like this. I know you're looking like, cool, what? No, Pisces, this is just having to let things go, right? This is sort of admitting defeat. I think you guys are just going to give up a little bit of a struggle. Some of you might be breaking free this week from something that has just been weighing on you a lot. This week might start out feeling a little rough. You might not feel totally like comfortable. You might be feeling a little beaten down, Pisces. You might be feeling like the hardcore struggle of what you've been going through lately, and feeling it like weighing on your shoulders. But this card just does say, you know, that the worst is past, and now it's time to like look towards the future. And if you have been going through a lot of shit right now, Pisces, the future is optimistic, and it's time to really admit defeat where things are not working out for you, right? Admit like, I think that what this might mean literally for some of you guys is suffering like somewhat of a loss, and just feeling not great. But if anything dies right now, Pisces, it's meant to be. You know, there's no winning here, right? So don't be super discouraged. You know, if it's gonna hurt, it's not gonna feel pleasant, right? But change never does. See the King of Cups. So now we're moving forwards into abundance. So some of you could be actually feeling a little difficulty with your work and your love life with the King of Cups coming up here. It could even be like a figure in your life, a male figure, especially if they're like, I feel very strongly like a water sign person who might be making you feel a little down right now. It doesn't have to be that, but for some reason, I think for some of you, I don't always interpret this way, but right now I'm feeling like the presence of a strong male figure that is, might be responsible for part of this defeat. But Pisces, I think for you, this is also you kind of standing up for yourself, I think, with the King of Cups. I think that's why I was trying to say with the Ten of Swords, where the positive way of looking at this is that ultimately what happens is that now you're ready to move forward, and now you're ready to like own your emotional well-being, and look to future abundance, Pisces. I think that you're gonna have to really be careful about getting too in your feelings this week. Be very, very careful about getting too in your feelings this week, Pisces. There's signs here already of potential for depression, and potential for like some anxiety about what's happening in your life. But at the same time, there isn't a desire here and a need to seek emotional balance. So you need to do this week, Pisces, whatever it is that you're going to do that's going to make you feel grounded, that's going to make you feel safe and secure. If that's having a drink, then like, you know, that's fine, but like don't overdo it. If that's you know, just spending time with a loved one, even if just like someone you're dating, just do it, you know. Whatever it is you have to do, Pisces, this is a call. The King of Cups is also like you embodying the energy of you pulling yourself out of whatever emotional state or whatever difficulties you might be facing right now. So it is, Pisces, a week for you to pull yourself up by the bootstraps, emotionally speaking, and move forward. And then Prince of Pentacles. So again, I think some of you might be having trouble at work this week, or a little struggle with with something at work maybe making you feel like defeated or a little bit at a loss. But the Prince of Pentacles is also asking you to move forward and to be persistent and to overcome, like with the King of Cups and then the Prince of Pentacles coming out after it. I think what we're talking about here is moving from a place of emotion to not letting yourself get down. You see the way almost like they're even facing each other, right? So Pisces, I think this is a week where you're gonna have to really, I said pull yourself out by your bootstraps emotionally, but you might have to pull yourself by your bootstraps up. I think this is still emotionally, but like in a physical way. So you just have to keep your grind up. You have to sort of ignore, I think, a little bit of any emotions that might be coming up this week and just keep plowing forward, right? This is a week to, stifle your feelings a little bit, right? Don't let your feelings in a way sort of become the reality of how you live this week. Don't let any emotional stimuli that makes you feel a little off, or a person that makes you feel a little off, get in your way of what you're trying to accomplish, and just put your head down this week, Pisces, and keep moving forward. Again, like this is a good week to just put your emotions aside as best possible, push them down, almost like repress them a little bit. I wouldn't be mad at you, Pisces, if you had to numb yourself out a little bit this week, whatever that means, but again, do not overdo it, right? Whether that's sex, drinking, whatever it is that you do to release, don't overdo it, and really focus your grind on moving forward and like being persistent in what you want to accomplish. Let's see what's on the bottom. I'm really curious. Nine of Pentacles. So you see, this is where I'm feeling, Pisces, like you're standing on your own 2 feet right now with the Nine of Pentacles. This energy is sort of very independent, and it's very saying like, no one's gonna fuck with my feelings, no one's gonna get in my way of what I want to accomplish. There might be setbacks and there might be difficulties that might make you feel like maybe you want to spiral this week, Pisces, but understand that you've come so far and that you've developed yourself so much and become so grounded and so strong in who you are, that needs to be a reminder to you this week to just get into your power and to feel fuck everybody this week, Pisces, is what I want to say. Like, fuck everybody else. Think about you. Think about what you need for yourself, and give it to yourself. Give yourself what you need this week, Pisces. Okay? It's going to be really important. All right, so let's go ahead and move on. Last but not least, we have Aries. Let's see what insight, advice, and guidance we have for the sign of Aries for the week of January 21st to the 27th. Aries. I'm really curious to see what this is about. Okay, King of Cups. So Aries, starting off this week, being really ready to take control of your emotional state, being really ready to take care of your abundance this week. Aries, this is somebody who is emotionally balanced. This is somebody who is ready to receive abundance. You might need to make some moves this week, Aries, to calm your mind and calm your heart. But ultimately what this is about is control. And I think, Aries, you're going to just feel very in control of yourself, very self-possessed. If your emotions start to go a little up or down, just focus on I don't think that's even the case. Like, I just think that you're in control. Even if your emotions do go up and down, I think that you're at a point right now, Aries, where you can control yourself and you can control your thoughts and you can control your feelings and not get overwhelmed by them, right? So really positive start to the week, I think, Aries, just feeling really in control and powerful. And then we have the Hierophant. So I think that this is about moving into a new stage of life. This is about establishing yourself in a certain way. So whether this is in a business or in your career or just feeling personally evolved, I think, Aries, this is a week to make strides towards what you want to accomplish. This is also being willing to trust, especially with both of these cards, right? King of Cups, we have intuition, very strong intuition, and then here we have also a connection to spirit and spirituality. So Aries, this is a good week to be spiritual, whether you're religious or not. Like, or meditate, reflect, get out in nature too, if that's all it takes, you know, to make yourself feel connected to something bigger, right? I think that's the name of this game this week, is like to feel connected to something bigger than yourself, to know that you have the key to your own happiness and to your own success. This is a week, Aries, of trusting your own wisdom and your own judgment and your own experience. So a culmination of your experiences and might be happening this week for you. And then Queen of Swords, you're not putting up with shit, Aries. We talked this month, I think, about being honest and standing in your truth, and this week, Aries, brings you into a place where you're not putting up with anything from anybody right now. You're not letting anybody get with your emotions. You're not letting anybody like mess with anything that could interfere with you, right? Especially if you're dealing with like water sign people or earth sign people, like a Taurus or like Cancer, Scorpio, right? These two kinds of people could like be getting in your face this week. You're not having it though. So Aries, I think that you might need to make some choices, let's call it that, right? It's time to make choices that make you feel powerful, make you feel strong. You know, I wouldn't say this to most people, but to you, Aries, I'm gonna don't if you need to get a little angry this week, that's okay. It's okay, right? To be healthily angry and to you know, check a bitch this week if she needs to be checked or he needs to be checked, right? But because what this is like freeing. That's what I feel with the Queen of Swords. Like this week for you, Aries, is about finding the thing that makes you just feel fucking free from all of the bullshit you've been putting up with, of all of like the bullshit you've been allowing to be in your life. So whether that's you just being complacent about you know, your money or your job situations, or whether it's like a romantic interest that's just weighing on you, like nothing this week can stand in your way, Aries. Like you're just gonna plow through them all and take them out and teach them what it means when you stand in an Aries way, right? Bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Wands. So you see, this is you guys feeling really fired up. This is for you guys really being ready to start fresh and start new. And again, the Princess of Wands don't take no shit from nobody. She plows forward. Look at her riding that cat like she's a bad bitch and she knows it, right? Maybe a little young and youthful, but that's Aries energy too, right? That's how you have the freedom to be so impulsive and just go, because you're strong and powerful and just know, like, normally sometimes I say, Aries, like, you know, to not be so in your own head and so not listening to other people's advice. But this week, Aries, it's just like time to trust you and know what you need, and like this is you feeling really ambitious. So there could be moves towards career strides this week. There could be moves towards freeing yourself from situations that are like holding you down, and you're in your power this week, Aries, and you're ready to make shit happen. All right, guys, that's a wrap. I love you so much, and I'll talk to you soon.